Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon where I'll be talking about the movies, obviously TV shows, you name it. If it's related to Disney in any shape or form, then yes, of course, I'll be talking about it. While technically they didn't make this character, the character did appear in some of the merchandising, okay, a lot of it actually, and some of their stories. Of course, I'm referring to Barbie, of course, and to be technical, as well to be a bit more clear, they were not, when I say they, I mean referring to Disney, weren't behind this TV show, but close enough, I guess. Anyway, there's gonna be another unmade TV show that they, Mattel, were planning, but just can't flat out canceled, really, when you think about it. Anyway, just like what happens with movies at times, the reason behind canceling any type of TV show, maybe because of lack of budget, understanding, communication, and whatnot. Maybe the lack of funding and whatnot. This could be a lot of problems that can potentially get in the way to have the show canceled. I guess you would say it's not that your vision of the story can't be made, but there could be a variety of different reasons as to it won't. It's not impossible, but it's just maybe really difficult to do so, or maybe too time consuming. Anyway, for this one, yeah, this was going to be it here, folks. So, okay, Montel was already on the track record for making diverse type of dolls anyway, even before any of the movies and TV shows were even made. So, though that Montel had made a variety of different dolls and whatnot to begin with. So, there's that. But what makes this extremely jarring is that even to this very day, they still continue having a variety of different Barbie dolls, even today, in some shape or form. So you'd be thinking that this would have been really easy to do for whatever reason it wasn't done. Why I don't have specific details on the cancellation of this particular project involving Barbie exploring different cultures, of course, and whatnot. And that's the whole theme here. This series would have explored Barbie's adventures and styles in various cultures around the world, highlighting traditions, fashion, and stories from different countries and whatnot. And that's pretty much what's going to be the idea here, folks. The story. But like I was saying, is that there probably were a few common reasons to why this specific thing might have been paused or just flat out canceled. Like for one, cultural sensitivity. Companies like Montel were and still are becoming extremely aware of the fact that there needs to be a respectful representation of different countries. If there's any concerns that the project might unintentionally promote any kind of stereotypes and whatnot, which of course they want to avoid, obviously. And then I know nowadays there's the whole thing with cultural appropriation, which I do believe cultural appropriation is already in itself pretty stupid when you think about it. But yeah, there would be a lot of reasons, such as those, that could have reconsidered the cancellation for this kind of a thing here, folks. But what makes this extra mind-boggling is that the character of Barbie had already appeared in multiple TV shows already. There's quite a few different shows already as it is when you think about it. But anyway, as I mentioned right earlier, what makes it kind of odd is that there's already different style of dresses and whatnot, fashion, of course. So this would have been an easy way to do this, to express that even further. And to make this even more just what is that the show, well, one of them, like Barbie Dreamhouse Adventures, already has a variety of different cast and of characters. I mean, there's a chock full of them. So again, this doesn't make it that much of a stretch that this will actually happen. You think this would be more of that, more or less the same, I guess you can say. And then top of another positive poor reason as to why this could have been canceled is that maybe market research. Obviously, you do have to make a lot of research, of course. Market research could have been another thing here. If market studies indicate that the audiences might not be responding to some project positively to a certain project, or if there was any backlash from certain communities that felt misrepresented, Montel might have decided to halt it for a little while. Of course, that could have been a thing there as well. Anyway, a third possible reason for its cancellation is financial difficulties, because sometimes projects can be very expensive, and this includes television. Making these types of shows can be extremely expensive, which you'd be surprised as to why a lot of people don't seem to really realize that. Yes, making any kind of projects are really, really expensive. But also, not only that, as well, is can also be really time consuming. Of course, very time consuming. Can also be a plug in itself right there, too. And if the project returns uh, on this sudden investment does not seem possible, companies may choose to cancel it, because the companies will have to make profit as well. You can only support so much in the product, and they have to get some money. They have to get profit back, of course, obviously. But another reason is that focus on other lines of work, by which I mean Montel may have other priorities or franchise lines that they wanted to focus on instead. Because that's the thing, it's a business after all, leading to the cancellation of a post of the Barbie cultural series, I guess you can say, in other words. And like we were saying earlier, it's not like this wasn't explored already to some extent, of course. But anyway, first and foremost, this is a project. You can't just be running, waiting around and doing nothing. You have to really just move, 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 move. You gotta be continuously moving when you think about it. This is, again, a business after all. You can't just sit around and do nothing. And if a project gets delayed way too often, it can spell disaster. If you have to wait for too long, that can be problematic, of course. You can't just be sitting around doing nothing. You have to actually go on and actually do something, of course. Anyway, another possible reasoning as to the cancellation of this is internal rebranding, or maybe a strategy shift, which, yes, again, this kind of thing has happened before with other products that Montel had done, and other projects that this business company had done. Maybe they want to focus on something else. The kind of thing has happened before when you think about it. Montel may have shifted its branding strategy, choosing to focus on more universal themes or alternative aspects of the Barbie brand rather than just a cultural specific series, I guess you can say. And I guess just like any other company, unfortunately, you know the thing about COVID-19. Global events like that, situations like the COVID-19 pandemic or any other global events such as that can actually affect the production schedules and priorities, leading to cancellations or often delays, of course. And a lot of companies out there definitely felt that struggle when that pandemic event had occurred. And yes, a lot of people felt that, unfortunately. Understanding the specific reasons for the cancellation would require, I guess, more insight into the internal discussions and decisions at Montel, which unfortunately may not be publicly available, of course. Hence why I'll make this fairly short again. So anyway, folks, as always, thanks for watching. Take care. See you.